Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I'll be showing you how to make this halterneck blouse, and by the end of this tutorial I'll be showing you several amazing ways you can rock it. The first thing I will do is to come down by 1 inch on both sides. I realized my ruler won't pull through, so I came down by 1 inch at the middle as well. So I'm going to join those dots together. The next thing I'm going to do is to determine the length of the blouse. In this case, the length is 20 inches. I'm going to add 1 inch to fold the hem. That gives me 21 inches. I'm going to mark 21 inches right there. I'll go over to the middle and mark 21 inches, and then I'm going to go to the other edge and mark 21 inches. Then I'll get my ruler to connect the 3 dots together. After doing that, I'm going to determine how big the blouse is going to be. So I will multiply our actual bust measurement by 2.5. So our actual bust measurement is 41, multiplied by 2.5 gives me 102.5 plus half inch seam allowance, that's 103. Mind you, this material is folded into 4, so I'm going to divide 103 by 4. That gives me 25.7. So I marked, and then I'm connecting with my ruler as you see me do. So the next thing I'm going to do is to trim off the excess, and then when I'm done with that, I'm going to determine the depth of the armhole. So I divided the actual bust measurement, which is 41 by 6, and added 1.5 inches. That gives me 8.3, but I won't start from 1. I'm going to remove 4 inches from it. You will see that my tape started from 4. So I came in by 3 inches, and then I'm going to connect that 3 inches to the 8.3. So next thing I'm going to do is to trim out that place, and then I'm going to get a matching bias to turn the armhole. This is to eliminate the rough edge. As you can see, I placed the right side of the bias on the right side of the fabric. So I'm trying to stitch. So when I get to the end of the armhole, careful so that you won't realize that the material is no longer underneath. So when I'm done with this, I'm going to flip it over this way, and I'm going to stitch through as well. So you can see how close my stitching is to the end of the bias. There really is no rule to doing this, it's just to make it neat. I'm going to go ahead and repeat this process for the rest. This is what it looks like. Next thing I'm going to do is to fold the hem. I'm going to go over and fold the upper part as well, just that this one will be wider than the hem because I'm going to pass the loops through. I'm going to go over to the sides and stitch with half an inch seam allowance. As you can see, I've done that, stitch the 2 sides, but I forgot to stitch the upper part, so I'm going to go back and do that. The next thing I will do is to cut 2 strips that are of 1.5 inches wide. One of the strips is going to be for the front, while the other is going to be for the back. There really is no actual length, but what I have here is 36 inches. You can make yours as long as you want. So you are going to fold like this. You are going to fold the upper part first, then fold both sides, and then you fold again. and then you stitch. I've done that, and then I gave it a very good press. So the next thing I'm going to do is to pass the loop through that space that we created. So I'm going to get my safety pin, this is what it looks like. I'm going to get my safety pin and I'm going to pass it till it comes out from the other end. You can see. So I'm going to repeat the same process for the other piece. This is what it looks like, guys. You can make it a gown, simply make it longer, increase the length. You can decide to add the material to the hem. You can decide to make it a high and low top. You can even make it a maxi dress. You can even get a belt, make a belt and do it like this. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. See you in my next video. Bye.